but he realized it was standing up in its hind legs. Then he realized it wasn't a cow.
Actually, I am not one to talk because I'll investigate.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm like curious, but how curious? Like, will he get out of the camper van to go explore? I don't know.
Oh, in that situation? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Welcome to the TLDR channel. Every week we dive deep into different Reddit threads to bring you the best and worst Reddit has to offer.
This is the TLDR channel. We'll read the stories so you don't have to. We're doing Spooktober this month, so if you enjoy spooky encounters, hit the follow button for some creepy encounters. And today's topic is actually going to be a surprise. I have Kim here with me.
Hi, guys.
Hello. Thank you for being here.
Yes, of course.
And I wanted to give you two options to see which one you wanted to read.
Alrighty.
So we have Ouija board stories, which is self-explanatory.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have flesh pedestrians.
What are those?
You've never heard of the flesh pedestrians?
I didn't know.
No.
Man, I have to Google that.
Okay, we gotta do a quick Google
Hold on,
search.
real quick.
Okay.
Flesh pedestrians.
Well, it's not actually, you gotta do skin.
Oh, yeah. So apparently, I can't say this word, right?
Yes, you can't.
And what was the reason again?
Because I think it gives them power.
Okay.
And it attracts them to you, so then you'll kind of be their prey. So definitely don't want to do that.
So apparently, according to Wikipedia,
Okay.
flesh pedestrians, obviously there's a different word or name for it, but is a type of harmful witch who has the ability to turn into, possess, or disguise themselves as an animal. Oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I was literally taking that word literally, flesh pedestrian.
Like the
Thinking of a human, human eating flesh eating human.
That's funny though. Okay, so we have the Ouija board or we have flesh pedestrians. You can choose either one.
Okay, let's do the flesh pedestrian since we're still on that topic.
Okay.
We now have the definition fresh in our head.
Yes. Okay, so you're the stronger reader out of the two of us, so here you go.
Won't mind at all.
And we're just twinning over here.
Yes. I'm just gonna abbreviate it as SW. Or should I substitute SW as flesh pedestrian?
You can do either.
Okay, so
But just try not to say the word.
Yeah, I'll try not to say the word, but the abbreviations are SW.
Okay.
Okay, I guess this is it's out of rural northern New Mexico, 1987.
Okay.
My ex-husband may have seen an SW one night. He worked the overnight shift in the big city of Santa Fe, New Mexico. Well, Santa Fe is bigger than the small village we were from that had 2-lane roads to travel to get to the main highways. He would leave our house at 10 p.m. to get to work by 11 p.m. One night, I got a frantic call from him when he arrived at work. He sounded almost hysterical. He said he was driving down the usual road to get to the highway and came up to what he thought was a cow sitting in the middle of the road, like they do sometimes. He slammed his brakes on and honked his horn, annoyed that he was going to be late. He waited a bit and honked again, and then the cow stood up, but he realized it was standing up in its hind legs. Then he realized it wasn't a cow. Maybe it was a coyote or a wolf. He then saw that it was a naked man as it turned to face him, but the head was of a dog. The creature slammed its hands on the hood of the car and then bounded off into the hills in 3 steps. He couldn't make out where it went, but my ex said he drove as fast as he possibly could to get out of the area into the well-lit highway. Once he arrived at work 20 minutes later, he called me, not making much sense. When he calmed down a bit, we both tried to make out what possibly he could have seen. Even years later, we talk about it once in a while. Maybe a dog man, maybe a drunken man wearing a mask. It wasn't until years later we came up with the possibility of an SW. Maybe it was just some distortion of the darkness and headlights during late night driving. Maybe he was hypnotized by the driving, but he still thinks he saw something out of the ordinary. Well, that's that. Goodness.
Oh my god. Okay, so we also have the TLDR version of that.
Okay, so basically, the author's ex-husband had a terrifying encounter while driving to work at night in Santa Fe, New Mexico. He saw a creature in the road that initially looked like a cow, but turned out to be a naked man with a dog's head. The creature slammed its hands on his car before bounding off into the hills. Years later, they wonder if it was a, SW or just a bizarre, unexplained phenomenon.
What do you think?
It's so human that kind of basically transforms or whatever into a animal. I don't know. That one's kind of a hard topic to believe that it's real. So I don't really know, honestly. What do you think about it?
Okay, so I don't think it was SW. I usually call them SKs for some reason, but clearly I can't read. But I think it's more so a shapeshifter. I don't think, because it's I don't know.
Because then he said it was a cow, but then he said it looked like a dog, so it could be multiple animals.
Yeah.
But what if he was under the influence of something?
Oh.
You never know. Oh my gosh, he saw this. Or what if he was super tired? He's saying it's a late night shift, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. What if he was delirious going to work?
I mean, that's fair.
Your mind plays tricks on you, so.
That's true.
I really don't know. But that's honestly, this is the first time I'm hearing it. I mean, there's creepy things that happen, but first time I'm hearing stuff like this.
Well, that's why I'm so surprised that you've never heard of a flesh pedestrian.
Yeah, I haven't. Really?
I am deep in it.
Really?
Yes. Especially on TikTok.
Really? Oh my goodness. So are there, on TikTok, are there sightings or, videotapes of these flesh pedestrians?
The most recent video that I've seen that kind of relates to it was these two women that ended up just stopping from fear, because the voices, there were multiple voices, but it ended up being a bunch of snow dogs.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have to show you after, but.
And I feel people who may be into this or know this is an idea, what if they're trying to play tricks on people or whatever? You never know.
They definitely. Oh, that's true.
People who are really into this topic. You never know what, they want to make people think.
The
I'm
clowns.
not just thinking, stuff like that. It's you never know. People are weird. They have different hobbies than we may not have.
I am so glad that we are past clown era, though.
Yeah, clowns are.
That was creepy.
Should we go? Do we go through the different comments or?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go through the comments.
So here's one of the top comments. Let's see. This one says, considering this wasn't a hoax, hallucination, or misperception, and this really was a supernatural incident, SW fits the bill. Yeah, if it isn't, then it kind of makes sense. But how do we prove it wasn't, any one of those others? So that's interesting.
I immediately thought shapeshifter. Some sort of shapeshifter.
Yeah.
Because with the flesh pedestrians, there's something off about them.
Really?
So they will they'll transform into an animal, but there's something off. There's something not quite right. I can't remember the specific phrasing for it, but it's
it's not completely a cow, or it's not completely, there's something different about. This one, he thought it was a cow, but then he said it looked like a dog.
Exactly.
Yeah, so. Or it could have been a naked man. With a mask on.
Yes.
But if you guys have any encounters like that, let us know. Oh, we'd probably want to see some videotapes or footage of it too. It's just...
I gotta pull up Reddit for you.
Yeah. It sounds like goodness. But when I was Googling
Flesh
yeah, TikTok was all over, like looks like they were showing sightings of it. So
which one popped up specifically?
I have no idea. But I just saw like different footages. I was like, wow, really people are actually think this is, or believe in this stuff and have sightings of it. Like paranormal stuff almost.
So actually my mom goes to she is a big hiker.
Oh yeah?
And she actually leads a hiking group and stuff.
Oh really?
She said that one time there was this specific place that they visited,
Mm-hmm.
and it was becoming night, and literally all of the people that she was with kept trying to race to be the first one in front because they felt like they were being
followed or watched. Now that's creepy when almost everyone wants to be in the lead. So yeah, I would not go hiking at night. Mm-mm.
They started super early, but it was a long hike.
Yeah.
And they stayed a little longer than they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I was like, please bring some bear spray or something.
It's scary. Yeah, I would not, especially when you're hiking. Goodness gracious.
Because I feel like we would definitely, as humans, we would definitely feel that, predator
Mm-hmm.
in the area.
Oh wait, there are other stories. Sorry, I'm new to this.
So, under the flesh pedestrian.
I see. Got it.
Okay.
I'm not a newbie anymore. Okay, here's the next one. Wow, interesting. Also New Mexico. I wonder if that's because Native Americans commonly reside there, or... Anyway, camping in New Mexico and something is mimicking my voice. My husband and I am currently in a schoolie camping on BLM land, so the Bureau of Land Management. He prefers to not use the bathroom in our schoolie, so he went to the outhouse. After about 20 minutes, he comes back and is really freaked out. He asked me if it was outside the bathroom meowing at him. I told him it wasn't. I've been inside reading a book and cuddling our dogs. He said he kept hearing a meow in my voice. I know he meows, so obviously a possible cat is what you're thinking. My husband and I meow at each other. We've been doing this for over 15 years.
Oh.
And I have a specific way I do it that can't really be mistaken for a cat. I usually meow when I want him to come look at something. That's what he swears he hears. He said he felt dread each time he heard it and all the hair on his arm stood up.
Oh my gosh.
I questioned him if there was any chance that it was a cat at all, and he said there is no doubt that it was a human pretending to meow, but exactly my voice. He's so freaked out he refuses to leave the bus or let me take the dogs out. What do you make of this? Should I be worried? So the TLDR version. While camping on BLM land, the author's husband heard someone meowing in the exact voice and manner as the author, despite her being inside. He felt a sense of dread and is frightened to leave the bus. They're wondering if this is a cause for concern. That's weird.
Okay, so this
Honestly,
one.
it's strange, but you know what I'm caught off guard about? They meow to each other.
I like that that's your takeaway.
I was like, whoa, caught off guard there. Okay, couples have their own little whatever.
True. Honestly, that's adorable. I was like, oh, that's cute.
But it's funny how that's their little thing that they do. They meow, but then
whatever it was
is used that as yeah. So, my goodness. But he said the same exact voice and manner, but it gave him the creeps.
Yeah. Like something was off.
He knew it wasn't her, or someone acting like her, or trying to lure him in or whatever.
Okay, so with this one, with the first one, I didn't really see flesh pedestrian, but with this story, I definitely feel like it was either a flesh pedestrian or a mimic.
You think a mimic from what or who?
So has that ever happened to you? Because it's definitely happened to me where I hear someone's voice.
Oh, but it's not actually.
But it's not
them. Yeah. Or like you hear it often, but so you kind of hear it in your head, but it's not them.
I've had it to where I heard out in the living room, like my mom's voice.
Really?
And I was like, oh, that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't see her car here.
Yeah.
And then when I went like out of the bathroom and stuff to go into the living room, she wasn't there. Like nobody was home. So
yeah, I feel whenever you do hear things a lot or something that I feel like hits home or something comforting or something like that, you hear it often or you think you hear it.
Yeah.
But the thing, like this story compared to the other, like he saw something visual, but this one he didn't.
Yes.
So it's like, was it my mind playing games like again, or I don't know. It's different.
But to have like that visceral reaction too.
Yeah. But like he knew, like, okay, it sounded like my wife.
Yeah.
But something about it. You know, your instincts know. Something about it, that's not her. So
see, that's what
possibly
I'm saying. The whole
possibly
like
So with the flesh pedestrians, it doesn't have to be visual, right? It can come in any form. Like this is just like a noise.
yes. So what it does is it tries, from what I've heard, is that they can like imitate humans, animals, like whatever, to kind of attract you and lure you.
I see.
But you also have that dread feeling.
So it does pretty much fit the definition. It's crazy. Okay, here's a comment, one of our top comments. For sure, wary. These are unexplainable things that occur at night in undeveloped areas. So I was like, yeah, New Mexico, just like the other stories, New Mexico, like maybe flatland, very underdeveloped. But I wonder, so like these
Tribal land too.
But are they like these flesh pedestrians? This was beliefs of Native Americans back then, or no?
So it's kind of like a witch doctor that turned. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but it's kind of similar to like dark magic.
Oh. So I was wondering like if it was like a common thing that they dealt with back in the day, or back in the Native American days. But yeah, I see what you mean. It's like kind of like our paranormal, like things that we don't believe, but it's still yeah.
Yes.
Okay, another comment says, you're in Farmington or Bloomfield area, ? Shiprock perhaps? If you're driving up 491 towards Cortez, you're on the old highway 666. They changed the name for obvious reasons. I lived in Cortez for quite a while. Follow your husband's advice. Stay inside until morning. No reason to tempt fate. There seems to be a real uptick in encounters lately in the Four Corners area. If you do hear anything or feel that you're in danger, stand your ground. Do not try to speak to it. Be brave and be still. So I believe this person is a believer.
Yes.
But he kind of knew the location, so he probably heard of things happening.
See, and it's crazy because these stories are like passed down from one generation to another to another.
Really?
So
yeah,
it's like people have seen something ish.
Mm-hmm.
And not just that, but the body knows and the body feels like that.
That it's, yeah.
Yeah, you're in danger.
Another commenter says, or a Redditor, I should say, that's the area we are currently in. We stayed inside all night and now it's about daybreak. We will be moving on after a few hours of sleep. So it seems like they are aware and worried. So there's an update. Let's see. So is this update from the original story?
Yes,
from
the poster.
That's crazy. We had to stay one more night at that location. We slept through our alarms and we got up way too late. By the time we finished chores we needed done in town, it was too dark to move on and find the dirt roads we would need for our next location.
We stayed inside, played music, and just kept ourselves distracted. Nothing happened. We are in our new location, everything feels fine. We have one other camper in this area with us, so we aren't totally alone. We are still being more cautious, but have lifted the ban on leaving the bus at night. We just make sure to take our dog every single time.
Good. Dogs
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. At least there's other people around. I'd be scared by myself.
I'd be out. I'd be like, I'm
Yeah.
going home. I'm packing up and
I like this next comment. Look, it says, time to leave. Don't be a Fred, Daphne, or Velma. Be a Shaggy or Scooby and go somewhere safe. That's funny.
Yes.
No, that investigating here.
I will definitely be. Actually, I am not one to talk because I'll investigate.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm like curious, but how curious? Like, will you get out of the camper van to go explore? I don't know.
Oh, in that situation, absolutely. not.
Yeah, no. Depends.
Yes. But with that creepy thing that happened with me and Gutsy, yeah. I was like,
We gotta hear the story after.
yes. We'll do it on the next one.
Yes. So someone's like, you all should leave ASAP. Something is watching you enough to know that you meow at each other.
True.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like how
So they know.
Yeah.
That's creepy. And another one says, I think it's one of the same commenters above. That's what scares me the most. How would someone or something know that unless it's been around for a few days? We were out at night in the, it's responding, right? We were out at night in the desert the night before for light painting photography. And I remember meowing to get his attention when I couldn't find my footing. I'm wondering if something heard that. Oh. Yeah, it could be.
So I was watching them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I doubt it was human, to put it that way.
Yeah.
They definitely would have seen or heard another human.
To hear that, that's creepy. So they know.
Yeah.
Either watching them from afar or whatever it is. That's so creepy. Mm-mm. And then you're like out in the wilderness in like a little camper van. Forget it. I'd be gone.
No.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more episodes. Drop your comments, suggestions, and thoughts on these stories. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep on living.